Yeah, y'all. Gonna do some audio only. Feel me? I'm gonna try this out for the first time. Just use this voice. I guess I'll do the intro. Might as well do the intro. All right, stand by. Yeah, we back, y'all. We is back. I just be going live and not even waiting for people to show up. Just do it live and talk my ish. Have to go in and check some settings. Make sure this thing is working. Um. All right. So I don't want to just complain and talk about what I see, the weirdness that I see and been noticing lately. But I want to come. I'm gonna state what I see and what I notice, and we gonna talk about what I feel like the solution is. You know what I mean? Solution based. But we still got to state what we see. If we don't state what we see, if I don't state what I'm seeing and noticing the patterns of all these years on this planet and this realm, if I'm not stating what I see, I'll never be able to defeat it and move around it, move past it. You know what I mean? Always the defense. You got to see what the opponent's doing, what's happening in society and the world, the reality. Deal with reality so you can defend yourself. I just, I you know, is post pandemic for sure. It's like stages of turning the world into what it is, and I just feel like so much feels so superficial that like relationships, friend bonds, and what you think may be friendships, family, it just feels so frivolous. Everything feels so frivolous. It's like as time went on, it all just turns into it goes from some solid thing you can hold on to just sand. Switch to Swiss cheese like Play-Doh. It goes from solid to Play-Doh to sand that you're trying to hold on to. Because just the way, I mean, I know in my life, and I mean, I feel like a lot of people are lonely and dealing with loneliness and whatnot. But definitely in my life, just so many bonds that you think are decent, good bonds just go away. And I thank God that I got my brothers. You know what I mean? Like I have my day one bros that uh, is beyond friendship, you know. And even when, no matter how much we may have gotten on each other's nerves, the bond that we have is unbreakable. You know what I mean? Unbreakable. We've gone through the fire, and I thank God for the handful that I do have. You feel me? And hope to get more. Hope to get more as the world turns. But it's just so. I feel like so there's the loneliness aspect and people dealing with the loneliness and wanting company or wanting so-called friendships or lovers or whatever, and to me not going about it I don't know if it's not going about it the right way, or it's just not being what I consider genuine, like that genuine, like you got my back. You know what I mean? Like we not gonna break up over whether it's a lover, a friendship, whatever, over foolishness or let things come in the way. You know, it's like I grew up in the era of talk about it, like be a man, be an adult. Be an adult, talk about it. If there's an issue, if there's something to talk about, we talk about it so we get past it. But for real, it's just maybe it's also like getting to learn people. We're not taking the time because everything is moving so fast. We're not taking the time to learn people and the boundaries and the way they love and the love languages. and we're moving so fast that we don't even know what we're signing up for. Uh, so we may be rushing into things and you feeling like, oh, this is real, this is a bond, and blah, blah, blah. And then, something happens where it's just like a person is just being their normal, natural self, and people would just be so quick to write you off. You feel me? And it's just been happening so much. And I think I've now gotten to the point where I realize it's not affecting me as much. I mean, it's happened with family and all sorts of friendships where it's just like things get super distant, and then all of a sudden years go by and you don't hear or see from certain people, and things just kind of move. The story continues and it moves on as the world turns. And I think for me, I'm sensitive to it. I know for me, I'm definitely sensitive to shit like that because it's a trigger of mine. It's something that I've dealt with personally. The closest people to you, the people that should have your back and should be there for you, have not been there for me. You know what I mean? So as breakups keep happening, I get more sensitive to it. And even my brother the other night was telling me, yo, like your standards for people are just like you have a little bit higher. You have high expectations for people, and it's like I question it. I'm not saying I do or I don't. I do have a standard at this point because when you get walked over for so long, when you get treated poorly so many times and forgotten about and abandoned, and people throw the traumas back in your face. You tell people things to try and get closer. So then that makes, that's another topic. I even recorded myself talking about it yesterday, but, we'll see what I do with that. But, what you disclose to people, for me, disclosing my life and my pain and my journey to people that I love is my love language. Is definitely a way to get closer and see, on this path that I've been on, have we been on similar paths? Because I love when we can relate, and I feel like, yo, we've been through some shit together, like separately in our own ways, and like we can relate in this way, but some people will use that against you, So then that creates this dynamic where people will now be less. And this, a lot of dudes, most dudes aren't like me. And, I think I pushed the button a little too much. I pushed the boundary. I tend to push the boundary of maybe breaking human rules because disclosing your deep or your life to people prematurely, it makes you vulnerable. It makes you vulnerable for them to throw it back in your face, right? But it's just like, how do we get close when is everything just supposed to be superficial? Everything's supposed to be surface level. I ain't used, 90s kid. Grew up in the 90s love, 90s era of like, it's coming from that cloth, dealing with this new age, fast in and out, fuck with you hard body for a year or two, and then they turn into a stranger on the street. They be all up in your house, be all up in your energy, and I accepted so many people, or mutual acceptance, obviously, and then they just poof, different chapter. Or, you realize your natural self may turn a person off. I know for me, I ain't perfect shit. I don't never like an arrogant motherfucker. I don't never like no cocky person to sit here and act holier than thou. I know I ain't perfect, and I got ways about me that would rub wrong people the wrong way. I realize, coming from Jersey, we are hard on each other. Like, we went hard, you know what I mean? As far as joking on each other. And honestly, I was more the one on the butt of the jokes. I wasn't a good jokester. I didn't know how to tell jokes like that. You know what I mean? But that was a way of showing love. That was a way of like, even with our friends or whatever, you know. And I say, all right, maybe I take that back. With the homies and the close homies, I joke back, I kick back. But wasn't the best jokester. But I did, we look at it as, this is how we show love. We push each other and be like, yo, you can't do this, or you ain't that, or And I'm just so used to doing that as a way of affection, that rubs people the wrong way sometimes. And the sensitivity nowadays, where it's just like, yo, so long as it ain't like some deep rooted trauma that we joking about or something crazy, it's just like, I guess, and one thing is you don't know. You don't know a person's trauma or history or whatever, so it's just like, can't joke the way we used to joke, the way I'm used to growing up. Yeah, things just, the energies of today's world. It's maybe it's the social media, obviously, the post pandemic world. Maybe the gentrification has stuff to do with it. I really don't understand it, but things just feel off. And I look at it now. So now we get into the solution part. I look at it as, and I ain't even reading comments right now. I don't know who's watching. Pardon self. I'm just gonna get this out. We doing. About 90% coming better from coming over a sickness. If y'all can't hear it, but doing my best, y'all. Anyway, solution territory, solution time. Being that the world is so weird, and after a while you just keep experiencing these things, weird situation after weird thing. You check yourself. Now, definitely check yourself. See where you can improve on. I'm saying that to myself, and how I can approach people and things better, realistically. Maybe not give myself as much, but nonetheless, like, I think it's day at a time, day by day. Every day is a different reset. It's like a reset button, and it could be a completely new thing. Whatever. I have definitely have an attachment thing, right? I'm a Capricorn. Once I get used to something, I kind of get used to that, and I kind of do start expecting that. Like, okay, we said we doing this. I expect us to do this. So it's tough in this new world where things are so frivolous and so changey and wishy back and forth. But I say at this point, it's day at a time. It's just each day is different. And I'm not going to sit here and say I expect it to be chaotic, because every day isn't chaotic, or friendship breaking up and people following you on socials and, all sorts of shit. It's not like that every single day, but yeah, you just never know. Nothing is consistent. You can't expect it to be consistent. Maybe the planetary things are speeding up, and it's like days are, I don't know, maybe it's something planetary going on where situations are speeding up and ending faster than they normally are. And solution, flow with it. Just flow with it. Take it for what it is. The good days, take it as it is, quote unquote good days, just using layman terms. No such thing as good or bad, I guess, in actuality, but so-called good, better feeling days, take it in. Or the days where you're not having these weird situations with people, take it in. And then the ones, I guess I will say, quote Eckhart Tolle, life is hard, but when you know that life is supposed to be hard, it's not hard. When you know that this new world is chaotic, and people could change their mind on their love and swear they love you one day and the next day they can't stand you, and each day is different, and don't take it personal. Just flow with it, man. That's the solution. Expect it. Because I think what it is, I know for me, I told myself I'm checking my expectations. Maybe I have high expectations because I feel like I give so much of my raw, real love when I say like I really fuck with somebody, that I have high expectations for some raw, real love, the way I love. But yeah, lower the expectations of people. I saw somebody say, this comedian, he was just like, man, I expect people to be a piece of shit. So when they're decent, it's like, all right, they're decent. But people are gonna be people. I know I ain't shit sometimes. I know my traumas get in the way, and poking at people, or even my approach to friendship, whatever. We all have our skewed ways of viewing things, but this ain't the 90s no more. That forever love is very rare. Real love is very rare. And you just got to see it for what it is and accept that. Accept it, man. And on that note, felt a little weird, but that was my first in a while. Well, no, my first time doing just an audio only. Audio only, y'all. Let me know what y'all think.